Hello, hello, hello. I'm not late today. I was reading a story, but I was able to pull myself out before it hit time. Um, Nothing happened today. I slept in like really, really late. And I was a little worried. I was like, am I gonna be able to stream today, or will I be too exhausted? Because it was like pitch dark outside when I woke up, and I was like, oh shit. No, luckily I got everything ready here, ready to go. um, yeah, okay. For a second, my brain was like, "What day is it?" I was like, "Am I even supposed to be streaming today?" Oh, yeah, my brain's not 100% right now. Um, I am excited though, cause this is the final chapter of Rod's route, and it seemed like everything wrapped up last chapter. However, somehow I don't trust it. Um, so I'm super excited for that. Yeah, I suppose this is just gonna be a short intro. Then let's just get back into it. Uh, do there we go. The throne room is empty when I arrive. I can only hope this. Oh yeah, we were given a message that said go to the throne room, and for some reason we decided to follow it. Luciette, why have you done this? I can only hope that this is not some sort of trap. Soon after I enter, the door squeaks open and a familiar face enters the room. Sir Mythos. Sir Mythos walks toward me. Uh-oh, no, no, no. When he is close enough, he drops to one knee and bows. I frown as I take a step back from him. My princess, do not be alarmed. I know your true identity. Oh, fuck. Sir Mythos flashes me a wide smile that causes a shudder to run down my spine. You know who I am. Then that means you are. I take another step back as the blood drains from my face. Sir Mythos' smile only widens at my reaction. I'll say it for you. Yes, I am a witch. Damn. Well, I was like, we're not keeping this hidden. If you are a witch, then Sir Alacaster is a mere human. A full one. And Varg? Nothing but my personal errand boy. A thought suddenly occurs to me. If Sir Alacaster was plotting against the kingdom, then did Sir Mythos also punish Fritz somehow? What about Fritz? Was he a part of Sir Alacaster's plans? Ah, the knight. To avoid confusing you, let us just say that the situation surrounding him is too complicated to adequately explain. The fuck does that mean? I command you to answer my question, Sir Mythos. Was Fitz a part of this? No. If it makes you feel any better, he refused to be a part of this. He refused. Does that mean he was not a part of the plans? Or just that he was unwillingly forced to participate in them? It's complicated, Luciette. We can't talk about it in this route, Luciette. It'll be talked about later down the road. I am certain that Sir Alacaster would not be happy that his own son was disobeying him. He either forced him to help or assigned him outside the palace. But if Fritz knew of Sir Alacaster's plans, why did he not warn anyone about them? Was he working with Sir Mythos as well? More questions swirl in my head, but none of them have answers. When this is over, I will personally ask Fritz about this. That is if he doesn't die in this route, Luciette. Once I can locate him, you know. I shake the thoughts away and I bring my attention back to Sir Mythos. Why bother with this reveal? What do you hope to gain from it? Before we start our conversation. Sir Mythos waves his hand, conjuring a faint green glow that envelops the whole room. Just in case someone decides to eavesdrop, I wouldn't want any of your witch friends listening in on us. Oh shit. Yes, I'm aware one of them has been snooping around the palace these past few months. Their snooping has made it more difficult to move around without exposing myself. Sir Mythos clicks his tongue in annoyance. Such a nuisance. He is referring to Delora. She and Parfait warned me before that there was a witch in the palace. Is Sir Mythos truly that witch? Yes. I never really trusted him, not even when I was a princess. Now that he has revealed himself as a witch, I need to know what he plans on doing. You knew that I was the princess this entire time, yet you never offered me any assistance. If I had, Alacaster would have targeted you as well. What? Alacaster wanted to dispose of the royal family. If he had known you were the princess, he would have been after you too. It would have been easier with no one remembering you as the princess. But unfortunately, oh, that's his actual sprite. Okay, I thought there was a spot on my screen, but no, he's got a I don't know what that is. Birthmark? I don't know. On his face. But unfortunately, Fitz told his father about you, thinking that Alacaster might be able to help and protect you. And it didn't help that Varg confirmed it. Your mother wouldn't have been happy with me if I put you in harm's way. And this is why I had to pretend not to know you in order to protect you. Sir Mythos is silent for a few moments before he speaks again. Revealing myself to be a witch was necessary. I had to make myself appear useful to Alacaster somehow, after all. Then, of course, I learned of his foolish plans to steal the crown and decided to thwart them. Though, not before I stole something from Alacaster first. Yep. I knew it. I was like, that coup went way too well for... I knew it was, like, performative. I played him like the fool that he was. I told him I would aid him with my magic so long as he gave me the knight's protection. Using magic is almost impossible in this place, so having the knights to back me up was crucial. The knights? What does he need the knight's protection for? What are his plans? Sir Mythos starts pacing the room, his expression still calm. I found out that he planned to dispose of me after he obtained what he needed, so I disposed of him first. Yes. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, but that only applies if you're not an insecure dumbass. Alacaster might have been able to convince most of the knights to aid him by promising them promotions, but, well, my magic is far more convincing. Sir Mythos stops in front of me, his deadpan expression transforming into a smile. For now, let us... Speaking of my plans, the minute Alacaster's plans were thwarted, I knew I had to contact you directly. I am happy to see you in the palace, Your Highness. Although, we really need to get you out of those clothes soon. Fuck you, my maid outfit looks adorable. A maid's clothing does not befit a princess like yourself. Shut up. That does not matter. My priority right now is to break my curse. Ah, yes, of course. They must truly have been frightened to feel the need to curse you. I feel an uncomfortable tug in my heart. To think that the Lucius Bear would actually allow a witch to curse you. Sir Mythos shakes his head, disgust written on his features. When you suddenly disappeared that day, it was as if all traces of your existence had vanished. I searched for you endlessly, Princess. When you first appeared here in the palace, I did not recognize you immediately, but I felt the touch of magic in you and investigated. My curiosity is what prompted me to investigate you further. When I tried hard enough, I found I could see through the glamour that had been cast on you. Oh shit, right. We had a glamour on us. So, needless to say, Mythos is a very powerful witch and we might be dead here. So, Sir Mythos truly was the witch Parfait was referring to when she mentioned someone seeing through the glamour. Imagine my surprise when I found out it was actually you. That fairy bearer has been nothing but a nuisance to us witches. First she betrayed your mother, and then she betrayed you before she had even met you. But mother, she was the ten bearer, corrupted by darkness. Parfait only did what she had to. Sir Mythos looks at me, clearly surprised. What lies have these people been whispering in your ears? Everything the queen did, she did for us witches, to protect us from the wicked humans who destroyed our kind. It is clear to me where Sir Mythos' alliances lie. Sir Mythos sighs, runs a hand through his hair, and then continues speaking. On your 18th birthday, you will follow her footsteps. You will make this kingdom a place for all witches to prosper. I am nothing like her. I refuse to make people suffer to fuel the crystal. I never bore witness to suffering the people had to go through during my mother's reign, but the stories were enough to reveal her true nature to me. It was hard to believe at first, but these people do not have any reason to lie to a servant like myself. They have nothing to gain from it. I finally understand why the hatred people had for me ran so deep even when I did nothing to them. It was because I was the witch's daughter. Your mother wouldn't be happy to hear you say that. Let me assure you that this is not a destiny you can run from, dear princess. I will not let destiny take control of my life. I feigned tiredness by releasing a long yawn. I am sorry for cutting you short, Sir Mythos, but please excuse me. I am getting tired. I am about to walk past when Sir Mythos starts speaking again, his voice a low whisper. I noticed that you've gone closer to the family you so despised before. The prince included. Oh, shit. Shit. I narrowed my eyes at him. You care about him, don't you? I must confess that this surprises me, princess. Such a relationship would certainly be a scandal. Even if you two are not blood related, he is still your stepbrother. Thank you for reminding us. Whatever will your dear father say about this? I clenched my fists. He has no right to lecture me. I already know that these feelings are wrong. I know I cannot have them. I assure you that there's nothing between the both of us. Oh, is that so? Are those lies you utter just to convince yourself? This man is beginning to try my patience. Allow me to share a little secret with you, princess. I am not interested. I head for the door and reach for the knob. Oh, but I think it is something you would be most curious about. I do, after all, know the consequences of the prince failing to break his curse. I also happen to know that someone special to him is getting married tomorrow. Oh fuck, it's tomorrow? Shit. My hand freezes. How do you know about all of this? I know all of the happenings around this palace. It is my job, princess. Now tell me, do you know the ending to the fairy tale, The Little Mermaid? My blood runs cold when I remember what Emily told me about that fairy tale. If the prince fell in love and married someone else, the Little Mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve into sea foam. I conducted my own investigation and actually met with the witch who bestowed the curse on the prince. Oh shit. In meeting her, I found out everything that there is to know about it. I turned to regard Mythos with a frown. It seems I have finally gotten your attention. What do you plan on doing to Rod? Sir Mythos shrugs. To him? Nothing really. I was merely curious. I wanted to know what you saw in him. What do you know about his curse? It stays true to the fairy tale. Only in this case, the prince gives up his voice for a title. Still, it will end up the same way. A girl will fall in love with someone else despite his sacrifice. You mean, on his beloved's wedding day, the prince will die. I thought you might have reached the same conclusion. Tragic, don't you think? I had the same thought, but is Rod truly going to die? So the reason Rod gave up breaking his curse was because he knew that Victoria would never love him back. He knew that he was going to die the moment Victoria married. Dread begins to wash over me. Why not ask him yourself? As if orchestrated by magic, the double doors open and Rod steps inside. When he sees me, his expression relaxes. I've been looking all over for you. I wanted to speak to you about my discussion with Lady Parfait. I turn around to face Sir Mythos once again, but to my surprise, he has already gone. When did Sir Mythos leave? Luciette, is something wrong? Was Sir Mythos really speaking the truth? Oh, please, we're not asking him. That's not happening. Confront. Is this really how you want things to end? What are you talking about? Have you ever thought about what your family might feel after they find out you lied about your curse? You are going to die when Victoria gets married tomorrow. Am I right? That is why you told me there is nothing I can do to help you break your curse. Because there really is nothing you can do to help me. Victoria will never return my love. I already accepted my fate a long time ago. Lady Parfait was the only one who insisted I find another way to break my curse. Because she refuses to give up on you, and I will not give up on you either. I've been aware of another way to break my curse from the beginning, but I'd rather die than do what it is I need to do. What is it? Do what? Have you not read? Rod's voice trails off when he sees my confused expression. He clears his throat. Forget it. There's nothing more you can do. The reason I've never told anyone the truth of my curse is because I never wanted anyone to blame themselves. Aww. She isn't going to was she laying down? Oh, she might. It's the Ice Princess after all. Who knows? Nah, there's been character growth. She's not as icy anymore. She's learned. She's better. This is sad though. The reason why he never said anything. Like, damn, you know? It's fair enough, you know? Because I guess from his point of view, all of it is self-inflicted, right? He went to the witch, asked for... So just... No, not anymore. But him just like... He went to a witch, asked to be cursed for the title. Realized, oh hey, maybe it wasn't the title... Maybe the title isn't the reason she fell in love, and it's just she fell in love. Realized, oh shit, she can't love me back, and I don't want to hurt her. So I shouldn't tell anyone what my curse is going to result in, because I did it to myself, sort of thing. But still, like, Rod, your sister is going to panic when you die. Your mother is going to be like, what happened to my son? Like, people are going to notice. You have friends, my guy. It's a little... They're going to be concerned when you just disappear. That does make me curious. Is it that he just drops dead, or does he actually turn to sea foam? Because in my opinion, actually turning to sea foam is the cooler way to go. Rather than just, oh no, you just drop dead when they're married. Like, no. Turn it to sea foam. It's because I never wanted blame for not being able to help me. I was already a lost cause the moment Victoria really fell in love with someone else. I could never take that happiness away from her. Rod becomes silent, his gaze downcast. The vulnerable expression catches me by surprise. You should have told me about your curse a long time ago. How many times must I repeat myself, telling you about... telling you about my curse won't change the outcome. I could have tried to help you. Why are you so insistent on helping me? Because I care about you. Well, my face warms up when the words escape my lips. Rod also flushes. What are you saying? That I'm worried about you on Emily's behalf, of course. I do not want her to think that I let you die. I kind of love Luciette's character growth because she has gotten to the point where she recognizes that she cares for people. However, she still won't say that out loud. She's like, no. I don't. No. Rod lets out a deep sigh. Just stop talking. You are in no position to tell me what to do. Luciette. There's a hint of warning in his voice. Now, you better let me help you or... Oh. Hey, Rod, you don't want to ask before you do that? I love Sebi's face as one of just like, the fuck? What did you just do? My words are cut off when Rod presses his lips to mine. It is only a brief kiss, and when he pulls away, his usual somberness has returned. I told you to stop talking. That is not a good way to shut people up, Rod. You should not do that. I can only stare back at him, baffled. Rod, you do realize you just kissed the princess. Wait. He didn't even realize? Rod looks at Sebi, then at me. His face colors once more. He takes a step back, his lips pressed together. I'm sorry. Without another warning, Rod turns abruptly and stalks out of the room. Sebi falls from his shoulder and falls to the ground, but Rod does not notice. Oh, Sebi! Notice in his hurry to leave. I stare after him in shock. I can't believe he just ran away. I walk to where Sebi is and kneel down to pick him up. Are you alright? I'm fine. Thank you, princess. Sebi tilts his head to the side. That Rod. I wonder when he'll start acting like a man. Suddenly kissing a girl like that is so unromantic. We stand Sebi. Yeah, I'm shocked Sebi fell. Like, he's, been in compromising positions where it seems like he would very easily fall. I thought he was being held on by magic, Like, he couldn't fall off because, like, he's attached to Rod. But no, apparently he can. That's interesting. I wonder if maybe it's also Sebi was shocked. So Sebi, like, took back some of his magic and that's how he fell. I wonder. Sebi is just interesting as a whole. But we stand, Sebi. I think of the warmth of Rod's lips pressed against mine and flush again. Rod might not say much, but he's got a lot going on in his head. Thoughts he doesn't ever want anyone to know. I don't want to speak on his behalf, but I know he really does care about you, Princess. Aww. He's just a little standoffish and has a difficult time showing his emotions. He's sensitive like that. Take it from me, I'm always in his head. I care about him too, but what will become of my feelings once I break the curse? Break my curse. I will return to being his stepsister when this is all over. No, this is not the time to mull over such thoughts. I'm sorry for asking this of you, Princess, but can you return me to Rod? That boy is useless without me. I am literally his voice. Currently Rod is mute. With no way to voice his thoughts, so yeah. The exasperation in Sebi's voice makes me smile. Sebi acts like Rod's older sibling. Of course. When Rod does not open the door, I knock again. Rod's eyes widen as soon as he sees me. His face flushes a dark crimson. I am here to return Sebi. Rod nods before slowly taking Sebi from my hands. Thank you. Be careful not to drop me again next time. I would love a little, like, a sprite where it's just Sebi kind of smacking Rod's neck, like, how dare you drop me? There's a hint of a smile on Rod's face as he taps Sebi's face. Sorry. He looks so much more at ease when he smiles. Rod faces me again with an apologetic expression. Luciette, I really am sorry for what I did earlier. I shouldn't have done that. But also, I don't think Luciette has anything to apologize for. I know you did not intend to do that in the first place. Okay. The truth is, He trails off, then averts his eyes slowly to the floor. Suffice to say, I'm not supposed to feel this way about you. They're talking for once. It's a miracle. What exactly are you feeling? Rod flushes deep crimson before turning away. Don't ask me such embarrassing questions. Or, such an embarrassing question. The hovering silence. I didn't know this was possible. Neither did I. It's a me. I'll be honest. Rod's is my least favorite route because of the whole step siblings thing. Like, obviously, the two of them have never viewed each other as siblings. But it's still a little awkward to me as being, a child with a step family. So Rod's is one where I think it's well written. It just doesn't appeal to me, right? I can see the people it does appeal to. It's just not my taste. I think my favorite route is Karma. Just, yeah. No, I know who my favorite is. Mine is Waltz, but it's more because it has so much lore in that route. And Waltz is just adorable when you get to know him. The hovering silence becomes more pronounced as we both stop talking. You said that you wanted to talk to me. Okay. You said you wanted to talk to me about something you discussed with Lady Parfait? Yes. I meant to tell you that Delora will be here. Uh-oh. Tomorrow to investigate. Uh-oh. No. Mythos knows about her. Now that we know Sir Alacaster is not the witch, we have to start our investigations. No, we don't. Actually, about that. I know who the witch is. You do? It's Sir Mythos. He is the real witch. Sir Mythos? So when Sir Alacaster was throwing around accusations last night, they were true. Sir Mythos is already aware of Delora. Aware that Delora has been investigating the palace. We need to warn her. Then I will send Lady Parfait a quick message. We need to keep our guard around him too. Keep our guard. I am struggling today. Especially you. I'm sure he already knows that you're the crown princess. Oh yeah. I nod in response. For now, we should wait for Delora to show up tomorrow. But it's getting late. You should go and get some... Words are hard. Words are hard. You should go and get some rest. The moment he says the words, I realize he is correct. My eyelids are heavy. You're right. I think I shall take my leave. I am about to leave when Rod suddenly grabs my hand. Hey, bud, you just told me to go to bed. I turn to face him. Luciette. This is the first time I've heard him say my name so warmly. I just want to... I can almost hear my heartbeat ringing in my ears as I stare at him with anticipation, but Rod says nothing else. Rod eventually releases my hand with a shake of his head. It's nothing. Buddy boy! Sir! I can't help but feel dejected. Yeah, no, that's fair. Good night, Luciette. Good night, Rod. Moments after Rod closes the door, I hear a familiar voice whispering in my ear. Oh shit. Where? Ah, I see. You know, this is on us. He is a witch. It would make sense that he could hide himself. Was he there for all of that? Oh no. I jump back in surprise and stare at him with wide eyes. Sir Mythos is leaning casually. Oh god. I can't imagine his point of view of things of, oh, they're arguing. Oh, Prince Rod just kissed her. What the fuck? And so Delora is the witch. Okay. And Parfait and her are working together. Good to know. Rod not saying anything and Luciette's clear disappointment. Cool. Like, how awkward must that been for him just standing there as everything's happening? Like, so, you guys done yet, or can you say the important stuff now, or you guys gotta argue again? So that is where the prince disappears to every now and then. I had no reason to care about it before, but now I see it. If my guess is correct, he is also in the league with the Lucius Bearer. Oh, so he doesn't know Parfait is the Lucius Bearer. When I do not answer, Sir Mythos smiles and shrugs. Well, it does not matter. I glance around us and notice the green shield from earlier. Once again, no one will hear this conversation. Now that the prince has confirmed your doubts, what will your next course of action be? You want to help him break his curse, yes? Oh, Mythos, no. Rod may have given up on breaking his curse, but I refuse to do nothing. From the way Sir Mythos is taunting me, he must know of some other way to break the curse. Rod will not be happy about this, but I need to use whatever means necessary to save him. Do you know how to break his curse, Sir? No! Luciette, do not ask the villain! Hey, how do I break the curse? Dude, he'll probably tell her something like, you have to stab him. That's how you break it. You stab him with this very special dagger. Luciette, why are you asking this man this? No. You also know that Parfait knows how to break it. Ask her. She's more trustworthy. Can't be cursed if you're dead. True. I assume you have not read the full fairy tale. Or you... Bleh. I will assume that you have not read the full fairy tale if you do not know. Yes, princess, I know. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to read fairy tales. My mother, who you so praise, said, nope, bad. So, tell me. Mythos cocks an eyebrow and waves a finger at me. Do you not realize how witches work, princess? I propose a deal. I will help you, but you must help me with some... Luciette! Do not do this! Help you. If you were planning on betraying the king... He doesn't give a fuck about the king, Luciette. I have no plans for taking the crown or harming any members of the royal family. What? Then, what is it you want from me? You know what he wants. I prefer keeping you in suspense. I do enjoy surprises. Luciette! You'll find out the day after tomorrow. That is your 18th birthday. It's very clear he wants her to be the 10 bearer and wants her to basically do what he wants with that power. Your 18th birthday. I look at him perplexed. Why does it have to be on my birthday? Lucette. Baby girl. I think Rod kissed some brain cells out of her head. Don't worry, Your Highness. What I request from you will also make a pleasant gift. What do you say? I bite my lower lip as I consider. I am worried about Sir Mythos' request, but I no longer have time. Victoria's marriage is tomorrow, and Sir Mythos has the upper hand. I understand, Lucette. Good. Now remember, dear Lucette, witches are bound to their oaths. In order for the prince to regain his voice and life, well, at least we know he's not lying, I suppose. Because they're bound by oath. Gain his voice and life, something must be taken by force, just like in the fairy tale. What does he mean by that? Tell me what I must do. Oh, I did forget to mention this, but it is not you who must act, but the prince. You fucker! Yes, to break the curse, he must be the one to do something. You can't actually do shit. Good luck! What? If Rod could help himself, he would have done so. Oh, please trust me, princess. You will have my aid, and I will make sure the prince's curse is broken. I don't trust that man. At all. Nope, nope, no. Today is Victoria's wedding day, and also the day Rod is destined to die. Sir Mythos explained his plan briefly last night. He told me that he would have a valuable item delivered to Rod that he would need to use to break his curse. Is it as obvious as a dagger, or... He further explained that it was something that he would need to use after the wedding. I tried to question him further, but he disappeared before I could, saying that he needed to start his preparations. I do not completely trust him. I wouldn't either. But I am running out of time and have no choice right now. The royal family has left the palace to attend Victoria's wedding. It is unusual for the king to attend another noble's wedding, but Victoria is an exception given she is one of Rod's and Emily's best friends. I fucking hate this king, man. Okay? Because, like, we know Lucette's childhood. She wasn't allowed to have friends, right? She wasn't allowed to make friends with other nobles. She was isolated from the world. She wasn't allowed to be friends with the servants. And yet here's the king. Oh, my stepchildren have a friend that's having a wedding. Off we go. Not once did he think, oh, my daughter, I should get her a friend. I hate the king, man. Ugh. Despite Sir Mythos' reassurance, I'm still restless. Sir Mythos told me that everything would be alright, that Rod would not instantly die the moment Victoria got married. Okay, well, we have that, I guess. But why must his involvement be reserved for a time after the wedding? Why does he not act now? Someone looks like they're in a bad mood. Yes, Delora. We are. Delora suddenly stands before me smirking. Her appearance shocks me so badly, I nearly drop the dishes in my hands. What impeccable timing. We've heard from the prince about Mythos. No wonder I was iffy about that man. I should have realized he was a witch. Do you know him? Yes, I do. Damn. Delora walks closer and places both her hands on my shoulders. Listen to me, princess. I am warning you. Stay away from Mythos. Do you understand? That man is a sly devil. He cannot be trusted. Thanks. We realize that. I take a deep breath to steel my rapidly beating heart. I hope I will not regret asking you. We are. You know we are. Princess, I need you to promise me that you'll stay away from Mythos. Yes, of course. Good. For the time being, I will resume my investigation. If I'm lucky, I will find out what Mythos hopes to accomplish. Actually, he's not in the palace right now. He went with the royal family to attend a wedding. A wedding, huh? How unusual. I can only assume he must be there at the wedding to help Ron. Luciette! Well then, better make use of his absence while I can. See you later, princess. When I am left to my own thoughts, my mind returns to the issue of Rod's curse. Sir Mythos mentioned a similarity with the fairy tale, which means I may have a chance of finding out more. I decide to go to the library when I have the time to pick up the book. I am now on my way back to my quarters, book in hand, when I see Rod walking toward me from the other side. Rod? His eyes are fixated on the floor, so he does not notice me as I approach. Rod? He's still alive! Does that mean Sir Mythos has succeeded? I don't think so. Oh, it's just you. Rod's voice still comes from Sebi. The realization instills a deep fear inside of me. He is still cursed. How much time does he have left? Much to my surprise, Rod actually smiles at me. The smile is forced, however, and does not reach his eyes. He looks crestfallen. Are you alright? No, Lucia, he's not alright. How was the wedding? I quickly clamp a hand over my mouth after I ask the question. Rod just saw the person he loves getting married today. I already know how he feels. Exactly. So asking how was the wedding feels smarter. I apologize. I should not have asked that. Wait, I hit the right one, right? Well, anyway, we're gonna hope. Rod looks at me surprised. Then, to my shock, he starts chuckling. Why are you laughing? You looked like a criminal caught in the act of a crime. I apologize for trying to be sensitive, Your Highness. Without realizing it, I smile back at him. It looks like Rod has finally learned to converse with me normally. I hope this will not be the last time I see him smile like this. I'm tired, Luciette. I will now retire for the night. Rod looks at me again and smiles. Oh no, okay. I seriously spent... I love the fact that even there's an option to turn the indicator off, and there's an option to leave it on. But even with the indicator on, it gives a decent amount of space, so you're genuinely questioning, did I make the right decision? Was that the right choice? I was seriously worried there for a moment. I was like, did I fuck up? No, I'm good. We're good. Good route. Here we go. Good ending, actually. Good night, Luciette. Without waiting for my answer, Rod begins to walk away. I glance down at the book in my hands, then slowly open up to the last page of the Little Mermaid fairy tale. I start reading from the section where the mermaid sisters explain how to get her fins back. Take this... Oh, shit! I was joking about the dagger. I forgot about this. Take this knife. Before the sun rises, you must plunge it into the heart of the prince, and you will be a mermaid once again. Oh, shit. Well, it's not going to be used on Rod. The book falls from my hands and collapses to the floor. I stare at it, dumbfounded. Wait, this means Rod needs to kill Victoria? Not Victoria! Then the item that Sir Mythos mentioned earlier. Could it be the knife? Stabby time! Stabby time! I need to find him. Luciette, I don't think Victoria's the one that needs to get stabbed. I turn to start running in the direction of Rod's room, in hopes that I will still be able to catch Sir Mythos there. When I come to the end of the hallway, however, it is not Mythos who stands by Rod's door. Emily? Emily is slowly walking in the direction of the throne room. Her movements seem oddly mechanical. Uh-oh! Amelia! I rush toward her. Princess Emily. Where are you going? Must go to Rod. Shit! It's not Luciette! It's Emily! Why is she going to the throne room? Rod is back in his room. My eyes catch on something shining in Emily's hand. My heart nearly stops when I see that it's a knife. I play these games and I start these off with like, hey guys, this is just a cute, fluffy romance game. And somehow we always end up here with moments where I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this happens. It's like, Sky, someone was stabbed. Yep. Yes, they were. My bad. I forgot. Did I say cute and wholesome? I meant, it is a romance game. Oh no. Emily, what are you... If he kills his beloved with his blade, his curse will break and he won't die. It is as if she's in a trance. Is this her mythos doing? Is she under one of his spells? Emily, snap out of it. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. Emily starts walking again, ignoring me. When I try to approach her again, thinking to steal the knife away, a shadow link comes to stand between us. Fuck you! Varg looms in front of me, smirking. Where did you come from? Let me through, Varg. No can do, princess. Don't you want to save the prince? I look at Emily, who's not even turned to glance at us. I glare at Varg, who is still standing in my way, grinning. Step aside, Varg. Ah, feisty. You're far more interesting princess than your Hey, fuck you! Do not compare the two of us. I try to sidestep, but Varg follows my motions. I try again and again, but he just thwarts my progress. He holds his hands up in the air, eyebrows raised. Tell me, what would you do if I did let you go? Would you stop him from killing the girl? Rod would never kill her. He would never do anything to harm the person he loves. He refused to do it, and he has no reason to do it now. Varg is silent for a few moments as he considers. Interesting. He steps aside and bows. Varg, you mysterious weirdo. Go ahead then. Why are you like this? Every time it's like, okay, so Varg's gonna be the villain in this route, right? And Varg's just like, nah, do what you want. Go ahead. Varg, you are letting me go? I would like to see this play end, as it may, without any strings attached. There's actually a reason why Varg is like that. It's revealed in a route. Oh! Chapter 10. What did I say? I said there were 9 chapters? We're gonna pretend that I have been saying chapter 10 this entire time. Okay? Shush. I stop in my tracks when I see Sir Mythos standing just in front of the main door to the throne room. He looks at me expectantly as I approach. Sir Mythos? Good evening, Your Highness. Such a lovely night tonight, isn't it? Only an hour left before you turn 18. Oh, shit. Here's the thing. I honestly don't know where this is going. Do not forget our deal, princess. Come midnight, I will be requesting your aid in exchange for helping the prince break his curse. I clench my hands in a tight fist. Helping the prince break his curse? Rod killing someone is not what I wanted. Sir Mythos puts a finger to his lips. You wouldn't want to attract the attention of the knights, would you? There would be quite a bit of explaining to do then. I glare at him, then take a deep breath and lower my voice. You did not tell me that breaking Rod's curse meant killing people. Oh, but I am only honoring my end of the deal. Perhaps you should have done your research before agreeing. I mean, he's not wrong, Luciette. I did say this was a stupid idea. The grin on his lips never wavers, but I can see the amusement in his eyes. I relied entirely on the story Emily told me, and that was my biggest mistake. I should have read the full fairy tale. But now it seems you finally know the full story of the princess fairy tale, To break his curse, Prince Rod must kill his beloved with the knife his sister has brought him, just like in the fairy tale. Sir Mythos continues to smile at me, and I realize that he's speaking slowly, like one might speak to a child. So condescending. No, wait. I start to realize that Sir Mythos is purposely drawing out this conversation to stall me. I need to go. So Mythos does not stop me when I slide past him to open the doors to the throne room. The first thing I see when I enter the throne room is Rod. He's standing in the middle of the area with Emily in his arms. Is she alright? Rod gently places Emily on the throne. He leans down to look more closely at her sleeping face, then reaches down to take the object in her hand before he faces me. I can see the metallic glimmer in his hands, and know that he is holding the knife Emily brought with her. Where did she even get this knife? That's your concern? He pauses to stare at it, then suddenly, eyes widening at some sight in another part of the room. I follow his gaze to the corner of the room, where Victoria floats in midair. Her eyes are closed and her hands clasped as if she is just sleeping. Victoria, but how? Such a pleasant surprise, isn't it? Fuck you! Sir Mythos walks into the room with his hands clasped behind his back. You. Good evening, Your Highness. Is this your doing? Sir Mythos just smiles at him pleasantly. Rod only glares back at him. Guards! Sir Mythos clicks his tongue and chuckles. My apologies, Your Highness, but no one will be able to hear you no matter how loud you shout. Not even your witch friend can hear anything through my magic shit. He knows Delora is here. I glance around the room and notice that Sir Mythos has created his silent green barrier. It is the same magic he used yesterday. Now, let us get back to the matter at hand. You're running out of time, Prince Rod. It'd be a shame to see you perish after the princess went through the trouble of asking me to save your life. Lucette, what is he talking about? We did a dumb thing. To be fair, we are 17-year-old, so forgive us. The princess didn't want you to die, so she asked me to help break your curse. Sir Mythos spreads his arms, gesturing towards both Emily and Victoria. So I've been kind enough to set the stage and gather its actors for what I hope will be a wonderful finale. Here's the thing. I don't think if Rod stabs Victoria, it's going to do anything. I think it's going to kill both of them. Because that's sort of the twisted nature of curses I would expect, especially Mythos, to want. So I think he has to stab Lucette for it to actually take effect. I can't help but wonder how this fairy tale will end. Why would you do this, Lucette? I did not know it meant killing Victoria, I swear. That is why I came here, to stop you. I told you so many times that there was nothing you could do to help me, and yet you still refused to listen to me. Because I refused to let you die. Can you not see that you are important to me, Rod? Oh my, what a scandal. Mythos. Lucette. I turn to Sir Mythos and stare daggers at him. I asked you to help Rod. Why did you have to involve Emily in this? It was a necessary requirement that the princess be the one to give him the knife, Your Highness. It was, after all, the mermaid's sister that brought her the knife to kill her beloved. So that is how she knew about all of this. She came here crying and begging me to break my curse because she did not want me to die. I almost wanted to do it, but I could never kill someone. That is why I refused to break my curse even if I really want to live. Perhaps I miscalculated. Ah well, this could be remedied. Oh shit. Sir Mythos waves his hand. His fingers begin to glow subtly with magic. What are you... Rod! A faint green glow surrounds Rod as he doubles over. What are you doing to him? What I should have done to begin with. The witch who cursed him said that he must do this of his own accord. But seeing as he refuses, I'm going to have to bend the rules slightly. Rod stands abruptly and begins walking towards Victoria. Oh shit! The knife in his hand glistens beneath the patches of scattered moonlight in the room. Princess, he's going to kill Victoria! Stop this, Sir Mythos. Where's Delora when we need her? I run towards Rod and wrap my hands around his waist in an attempt to stop him. But whether the magic or his own strength, he continues onward. I end up being dragged behind him. Rod, snap out of it! Rod! I must kill her. His eyes are so glossy and his words so mechanical, he sounds nothing like himself. No! Mythos, stop this! I'm ending our deal! My apologies, Your Highness, but not even I can dispel my magic once it has been casted. It will only fade of its own volition once that what needs to be done has transpired. That, or perhaps, in the most unlikely circumstances, the prince will simply shake the spell himself. Though Mythos' words are apologetic, his expression is anything but. In fact, he looks amused by it all. Not so fast. Delora! A crimson ball of light rushes towards Mythos. He waves his hand through the air, barely able to conjure a shield to protect himself from Delora's magic. Delora! It wasn't exactly easy to find you all, especially with the silencing spell. Such a nuisance. That's not important. Help me stop Rod. Frost slowly appears beneath Rod's feet. It spreads up his legs, freezing him in place. I sigh with relief as I collapse to the floor. My arms are sore with the effort of trying to hold Rod back. Mythos clicks his tongue as he faces Delora. I don't believe you were invited to this party, traitor. Or to this play, traitor. Light gathers around Mythos' hand. Moments later, he releases his energy towards her. Delora, in turn, conjures a barrier, successfully protecting herself from Mythos' magic. I always did fancy myself a party crasher. Still, to think that you were alive this whole time— Whoa, wait, what? What is this? Mythos was supposed to be dead? Myth? Did he just basically... I'm sorry. The idea of dying. Okay, let's imagine I died. Right? And I'm like, oh, you dead. And then I am creating a new identity for myself. And I decide to go with the name Skylar. Yo, his name is Mythos, and his real name is Myth? Really? Really, my guy? I mean, so far everything points to the fact he's an overdramatic, theater kid, but like, really? Really? Myth? His real name. Wow. Wow. He's one of the 10 bearer servants. This person was my mother's servant? You hadn't guessed that by now? Allow me to correct you. I am her only faithful servant. I am nothing like that ungrateful bastard. Hey! Who betrayed her to the fairies. Fuck you! I like that bastard. Who is he talking about? You don't need to worry about it, Lucia. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. Well, whatever it is you're planning, forget about it. There's no way we're letting you get away with it. Oh? Well, do try your best. But first, a reminder. I am the superior witch here. Energy crackles in the air as sparks begin to form around his hand. This spell is taking longer than his other spells. Are we about to be fireballed? Oh no. I noticed Dolores worry moments before she is able to cast his shield on herself. This is not good. Mythos releases bolts of lightning in Dolores' direction. Oh shit. The impact causes the shield and the ground to shudder. Dolora! The smoke clears, and miraculously, Dolores stands unharmed. Miracle. No sooner has a sigh escaped my lips that another frightening sound echoes across the room. It is a loud crack, and I realize that it's coming from Dolores' shield. Everything after that happens in a blur. Dolores is trying to hold the shield up, while Mythos casts another spell at it. It shatters, and the magic seeps through and hits her directly. Dolora! Really now, have you forgotten the most important lesson in defense magic? Always conjure another shield before being hit by a powerful spell. Oh, I do apologize. Perhaps I did not give you enough time to cast another shield. How thoughtless of me. Dolora lies on the floor unmoving. Dolora! I am about to rush to her side when Mythos moves to stand in front of me, a malicious grin on his face. It will do you no good to be in denial, princess. How could you? How could you hurt another witch? It is not a crime to destroy a traitor. He looks back at Dolora with clear disdain. Then he sets his eyes back on me and raises his eyebrows. How foolish of you to try and stop this. You wanted this. I will not allow you to whatever that word is, on our deal. Basically, I think back off or go back on. The prince will break his curse, and you will help me. Help you. Yes, I went through great pains to make sure Alacaster kept you safe, just so you could repay me. You said you made the deal with Alacaster to borrow the knight's assistance. And what would I need the knight's assistant for, dear princesses? Sorry, I fucked up that sentence so badly. I need to take a drink. Hold on. Okay. And what would I need with the knight's assistance? Okay, that is a weirdly written sentence. For, dear princess, I never needed the knights. I just need Alacaster to keep you safe. I would have gotten rid of him myself if I wasn't sure the king would eventually find me. So this whole time you were only trying to keep me safe. Don't read. Yes, but also no, Lucia. To use me. Yes, good girl. He uses such a simple, ugly word. Remember, I just want you to help me. Princess! I turn around and realize Dolores' spell on Rod has faded, and that he is now only a few feet away from Victoria. Rod! I force myself to run toward him as fast as I can manage. I will not let you kill anyone. I do not know what I must do to stop him, so I do the first thing that comes to mind. I put myself between Rod and Victoria just as he's about to plunge the knife into her. Princess! And that is the story of how Luciette died. My body is racked with pain the moment the blade sinks into my shoulder. Ugh. I collapse to the floor, holding on to my injured shoulder. I can feel my blood seeping through my fingers. Roll credits, yeah! You fool! You could have easily been killed. I do not care. I love Rod, and I would never let him do something that he would regret for the rest of his life. I cringe. Tears cloud my vision as the pain worsens. Luciette! I feel Rod's arms around me as he cradles me to his chest. I look up at him and see his eyes are fixed on my bleeding shoulder. Rod looks at me with anguish. He grabs a handkerchief from his pocket and presses it to my shoulder. I cannot believe I did this. I stare in shock as his lips move. It is not Sebi speaking, but him. Your voice. You broke your curse. But how? Well. A bright light envelops us, and for a few moments I have to close my eyes against its brightness. He is not the only one! I reach out to grab at my necklace, but it is gone. I open my eyes in a panic, but the necklace is definitely not there. Lucette, the glass slippers. I glance down to see a pair of glass slippers on my feet. You broke your curse by breaking mine. I hear the sound of glass shattering and turn to see Mythos staring at a broken vial. What is that? Frost has begun to form at his feet and is now spreading up his legs. What is happening? Always have a backup, as they say. Seems you're not the only one who has forgotten. Or, well, seems you're the one who has forgotten the basics of combat. Never turn your back on an opponent unless you're sure that they're dead. Your bloated ego does wonders in turning the tide of the battle. Delora is now back on her feet and walking towards Mythos. She dusts off her dress as she moves. Delora is unharmed? But how? Do you really think I'd forget to conjure another shield? The frost has now made its way up to Mythos' neck. Inconceivable! A lowly witch like you could never cast this powerful a spell. Delora gestures at the glass shards on the floor. That's where Parfait's new special potion comes in handy. It makes my magic more powerful. The second most basic lesson is to never underestimate your opponent. Looks like you were a terrible pupil. Mythos opens his mouth to speak, or perhaps scream. But by the time he opens his mouth, the frost has completely devoured him, leaving him nothing but an icy sculpture. Leave it out in the sun. Laura, Lucette is... Has her bleeding stopped? I think so. I cannot make out what they're saying after that. My world starts spinning and everything starts to blur, so I close my eyes. I feel Delora's hand on my forehead. The warmth relaxes me somewhat. We got you, princess. Hang in there, Lucette. My body becomes heavier by the second as I lean my head against Rod's chest. I then feel myself falling into the never-ending darkness. When I open my eye, we haven't seen this room in years. Hello. Oh, it's been so long. When I open my eyes, the first thing I see are the soft rays of sunlight seeping through the window. I am in my own room. I attempt to sit up and cringe when I feel a sharp pain in my shoulder. I reach out to touch it, only to realize it has been neatly bandaged. Despite the injury, my body feels oddly light, stronger than it was before. I remember I placed myself in front of Victoria to stop Rod from hurting her. But where did this energy come from? Emily! The door opens and Emily walks in with the tray of food in her hands. She stops when she realizes I am staring at her and nearly drops the tray in a rush to stand beside me. Lucette, you're finally awake. I was so worried about you. I'm so sorry. This was all my fault. What are you talking about? It was mine, not yours. I remember bringing the knife to Rod, but I can't remember much of what happened before or after that. Just that when I woke up in the throne room, I saw you were bleeding in Rod's arms. I thought you were going to... The rest of Emily's words break into pieces as she begins to cry. Emily, we're good, I swear to you. I'm so sorry. Baby girl, you didn't do anything. For forgetting about you. Oh. Emily, my beloved. I love Emily so much. Damn, girl, it's not your fault. I don't think you could go against literal magic. But it's still sweet. She's like, I'm sorry. I mean, she bought a doll. Completely no memories of Lucette, but still bought a doll. and brought it to her room. And she was like, I don't know what's so special about this room or what's so special about this doll, but I felt like it belonged here. Like it was a gift for someone really important. And I'm just like, Emily! Baby girl. I made you work too hard while you were my personal... Emily, you barely made her work. Let's be real. You were my personal maid, and I shake my head with a sigh. It was not your fault I was cursed, Emily. But I look at her tear-stained face. She was not at fault, and yet here she is crying. She really is a good person. Oh, the best. I spread my arms. Luciette? I turn away, suddenly embarrassed. You looked like you needed a hug. Emily stares at me for a few moments. I am about to reconsider when I feel her arms around me. I am so happy. I hug her back and stroke her hair. I cannot help but smile at the warmth that spreads in my chest. Thank you. Emily pulls back, her face full of confusion. What will happen to you and Rod now? It has sunk in for Emily. She's like, oh wait. Shit. I saw how close you two got, and I saw how Rod looked at you last night, and... Wait, last night? So today is my birthday, the day I become the bearer. Is that the reason I feel so strangely energized? Oh! Emily walks up to one of my doll shelves and picks up the doll she had placed there months ago. Happy birthday! I meant to give this to you earlier as a surprise before you were... cursed. Anyway, I know it's not as pretty as the other dolls from your collection, but I hope you like it. Oh shit, hold on. So, I've known that these dolls exist, right? But here's the thing. I'm a dumbass, so I never really paid that much attention to them. But it was upon seeing this. This is Tiana. This is Belle. And that's Cinderella. I don't know who this is. But... there are some of the princesses here. Obviously, very low quality, so Disney doesn't go, hey, what's that? But I just realized, based on the silhouettes, I might be a little bit of a dumbass for not noticing that before. It makes total sense. It is beautiful. Thank you. I take the doll in my arms as a Nox. Lightboo might be... yeah, that might be Aurora. Might be. Knock sounds on the door. Come in. Hello, Rod. The door opens and Rod steps inside. His eyes widen as he sees Emily. Em? Oh, I was just about to leave. Emily slides off my bed and heads for the door, but before she closes it, she turns to us once again. I know how complicated this will be for both of you, but I want you to know that I will support you. So my lips are sealed. Emily winks before closing the door behind her. There's an awkward silence in the room before Rod approaches me and sits on the edge of the bed. How are you feeling? It hurts, but I will be fine. What's wrong? I am just not used to hearing your voice from your own lips. Oh, but I see that you still have Sippy with you. I've grown too fond of him to completely set him aside. He's helped me through a lot. That's good, I love Sibby. Bummer I can't read his thoughts anymore. Sibby was like, damn, I don't get any gossip. There was never any need for you to do that in the first place. Is that so? Rod shakes his head and sighs silently. So, what happened last night? How is it you were able to break your curse? You did not kill Victoria. In the original fairy tale, the Little Mermaid could retain her humanity only if the prince left her back. Though it never happens in the fairy tale, it is still an element of her curse. But still, because the prince never fell in love with her, the only way for the mermaid to live was to kill him. I fell in love with you unknowingly. When you told me you loved me as well last night, that broke my curse. Oh, so it wasn't the stab wound. An important distinction. It wasn't because he stabbed her. It was because she said, "I love you." Good to know. Glad this relationship is not starting off with a stab. I feel my cheeks turn warm. Rod coughs and his own cheeks flushed. So there you have it. The Little Mermaid never had a fairy tale ending. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. Ending, but I did. In her love. True love's stab? I never had to kill Victoria. But because my curse started with Victoria, I assumed it had to end with her too. It turns out the person I love just needed to love me back. I was mistaken. It never needed to be Victoria. Poor Victoria is probably the most confused about all this shit. Like, did she also wake up during that time? Like, during Emily's, waking up. Assumedly, that's when Mythos' magic ran out. So, presumably, Victoria would have also awoken. And so she would have been greeted with, one, being in the palace the night of her honeymoon, or night of her wedding, right? Like, her wedding was that day. She is somehow in the palace. Emily is confused and, like, freaking out. Rod is holding Luciette, who is bleeding. There is a green-haired man, presumably knocked out, and a purple-haired woman, like, watching him. Like, poor Victoria must have just had such incredible whiplash of where the fuck she was. Like, what the fuck has happened? She's like, I just got married to the love of my life, and suddenly people are dying. Yeah, no, for real. Victoria was probably like, did I indulge in too much wine? Like, did I drink too much? This must be a fever dream, right? I see. We stare at each other for a few moments, the awkward silence returning. I change the subject as quickly as I can. What became of Sir Mythos? Delora brought him back to Lady Parfait. She is the one who can properly punish him. And what of Victoria? Delora returned her home yesterday. Oh, she does not remember anything that happened. Oh, well, that's probably for the best. That's probably for the best. Let her believe it was some weird dream than her actually remembering and being so confused. Everything is back to how it was then. You're back to being my stepbrother. I cannot help but feel crestfallen at this truth. The blood binds us, but so do sibling bonds. Rod and I can never have what either of us want. I had a question about this when going through his route for the first time. Rod's whole thing is that he wished to be a prince. And I was like, well, does that mean the parents actually love each other? Or the king just happened to fall in love with Ophelia because of Rod's curse? And would that be dispelled upon the curse breaking? Would the king and queen be currently going through a divorce? Like, who the fuck are you? I'm your wife. What? Why did I marry you? Or is it just gonna stay the same? I don't want to forget these feelings I have for you, Luciette. If I had never made that deal with the witch, then maybe we might have actually been able to be together. That's what I'm saying. But had you not been cursed, our paths would never have crossed. I reach for Rod's hands. He laces his fingers through mine with a small smile. I love you, Rod. Luciette. I love you too. But Rod leans forward and kisses my cheek. I know. 1 month later, we're getting a time skip. Also, poor King, just oblivious to the world. And then suddenly, the morning of, holy shit, I have a daughter! Anyway, poor King. I mean, not really poor King, because it probably made him realize, oh shit, I was a horrible father. It's also just funny of waking up like, god damn, I have a child. Ever since I broke my curse and became the new 10 bearer, I've been training under Parfait and Delora. Yeah. So that I can learn to control my newfound powers. I never wanted this responsibility, but it's a burden I was born into. It is necessary I help maintain the balance between light and dark that has been missing for so long. Now that I'm the new 10 bearer, Parfait wants the two of us to work together maintaining the peace. Bonus epilogue showing the king being confused. When really though, because like the king obviously is not a bad guy, he's just not good at anything relating to his daughter. But like I can't imagine like waking up and realizing I married another woman after my daughter still hasn't gotten over the death of her mother, and then tried to get my daughter to be friends with her new step-siblings when she is still grieving. Oh, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I would be so disappointed in myself if I realized I did something like that, because I'd be like, oh, my poor child, who is clearly feels like she has been neglected, and that you love your stepchildren more than you love her. So I just wonder how the king would deal with the realization of that. Oh, look how pretty she is. I do not wish to cause any pain or suffering to people, especially to the people whom I cherish. Sometimes I wonder what Sir Mythos wanted me to do for him, but that is not important anymore. I still have so much to learn, but right now, as the new bearer, my priority is to get rid of the fairy tale curse once and for all. For the time being, everyone at Marchin waits patiently for the day that I will learn to lift their curses. Ever since everything transpired, my relationship with Ophelia and Amelia has improved. Amelia is fond of calling me the best sister, even though I'm the only one she has, of course. My relationship with the king, however, has yet to be mended. Good on you, Luciette. Don't let him mend that shit. I'm doing my best to open up to him and to give him a chance, but efforts are slow going. I do not ask why he acted the way he did in the past, but I know in order to move forward, I must let go of the past. Oh shit. Okay. It is finally time. I've been waiting for this all day. I head back to my room and change my dress into something less conspicuous. Afterwards, I head into town and into the forest for my designated meeting. It is a relief the king allows me to leave the palace on my own. I would not have been able to come here with the guards. I'm sorry, he does what? Alright, so you wake up. You have the realization that 1, you have a daughter. 2, your daughter was cursed and you did not recognize her, probably breaking her heart. And she was in danger several times during that cursed period. And you don't have guards with her 24/7? Like, I know from Luciette's point of view, it's great. She doesn't really need the guards. But, like, as a parent, if that happened, nah, My child would not be allowed to leave the palace for a while because no. Last time you went out, you got cursed. What is this king? What is his thought process? I guess me being the 10 bearer puts him at ease. Fuck that. You're very new. You don't even know how to fully control your magic yet. Seriously? If the title reassures him and allows me to come out here on my own to meet Rod, then I'm not complaining. Of course you're not. I'm complaining because I'm not a parent. Well, like, if I was a parent, this would not happen. Rod still uses the secret passage that he has always used to sneak out of the palace. Emily knows about our secret meetings and helps cover for our disappearances if necessary. It makes me happy that Emily approves of our relationship, that we do not have to keep it a secret from absolutely everyone. At first, Rod and I both attempted to keep our distance without making it seem too obvious to everyone around us. Though Ophelia seems... I can't imagine Ophelia as well of... So Rod has been really getting along with that maid. Oh, very much so. But poor Ophelia. Just so the maid that my son was getting really close to, turns out to be my stepdaughter. And I was very much trying to put them together, even stating things like status doesn't matter. Poor Ophelia's probably just like, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear what happened. Don't tell me. The less I know, the better. Oh dear. But she's not asked questions. Fair. Emily was not happy with our decision. She said she felt terrible that we would be forced to let go of something so precious on the account of our titles. She was right. More than that, it was difficult for the two of us to deny our feelings for each other. In the end, we came up with a solution, even if it is temporary. We decided to meet up in the forest every once in a while so that we could be together without any pretenses. Even just for a little while. When I catch sight of Rod, I run toward him and throw my arms around his neck. I feel Rod snuggle his face to the crook of my neck. May I have this dance? I take Rod's hand and I begin dancing to a silent song. The first time I danced with him, it was to prove a point. It was when neither of us even liked each other. I remember this as I stare at him. What? Is there something on my face? I was just remembering how much you hated me back then, and now here we are. Here you are. Fate sure loves to toy with us. I smile at Rod. Just for a little longer. I want to be by his side. I do not know how long we can keep this up, but every day I wish for the same thing. I wish that I can live my life openly loving Rod. I wonder, would that dream ever be possible? Anyway, that's the end of Rod's round. Does this indeed end with... We have no idea where the fuck to go from here? Yes. Not my favorite route. Exactly. Not my favorite route, but I still appreciate how well written it is. The love between them is built up in a nice way, as well as the story, you know, ignoring the step sibling thing. It's a good route. It's just not for me. But I could still admit, like, it's got good writing in it, and the whole enemies to lovers is done pretty well. Yeah. I feel like there were better ways to end it so they could still be together. And not have Rod, you know, step siblings, but here we are. Oh, that's all of Rod. I don't remember who's next. So I'm gonna actually look it up. Route order. So I fucked up. I did Karmas first, and then we did Rods. We were supposed to do Rods first, but apparently I liked Karma too much. Sorry. Rumple's route is next, and then it's and then it's Waltz. I'm actually happy because I remember Rumple's route made me go, "What the fuck?" many times. I vaguely remember Rumple's route. I just remember my impression of him, and then my impression at him at the end of his route was, you. But yes, we now have 2 done. And I'll have to go through and see if Rumple has any little option choices at the beginning. Anyway, that's it. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm ending stream now. Because I figured this would be shorter and not go on as long, but I don't want to start a whole new route, you know. I like being able to separate them so people can watch the routes that they want. But yeah, good night everyone. Or have a good day if it's day wherever you are. Yeah. And I will see you Thursday. Have a good time zone. I'm gonna start using that if I remember. I'll see you guys Thursday, and we'll do Rumple's route. Or start it. I doubt we'll be able to finish it. But good night, everyone. Bye-bye.